Hello everyone, today we're going to be continuing the reading of Blaire Wilson's second book by Jennifer Castle. Chapter 4, Helping Hands. There were 3 items left on my bed. A green velvet dress I got for Christmas 2 years ago. The jeans with the embroidered flowers running down one leg that I wore every single day in 3rd grade. A pair of old rain boots covered in smiling ladybugs that hadn't fit since I was 5. I loved these clothes. I'd totally outgrown them, but it was hard to put them in a giant plastic bag with other stuff I was donating, so I'd come up with a way to keep them forever. "Smile," I said as I held my tablet over the dress and took a photo. I did the same thing with the jeans and the rain boots. I was going to put the photos on the big bulletin board in my room, my inspiration board, so I'd be reminded of how great these clothes had made me feel. As I added the clothes to one of the bags, I told them, "It's someone else's turn to love you guys now." Mom peeked her head into my bedroom. "Ready?" "Yep," I said, showing her my 2 bags of clothing and shoes. Mom, Dad, Beckett, Grandpa, and I had all gone through our closet and drawers. We had a total of 8 big bags to donate. Awesome. Dad and Grandpa are dealing with an overflowing toilet in one of the guest rooms, so we need to get back in time to set up the afternoon coffee service. "Yuck," I said as Mom and I each took a bag and started down the 2 flights of stairs. "Wait, I hope it's not Marco's room. That would not be super bonito, would it?" Mom said from behind me. We were on the back stairs that led to our family kitchen. I squeezed through the narrow kitchen doorway with my bulky bag. I couldn't see where I was going as I headed down the hall, so bam! I walked into something. Ow! Oh no, I walked into someone! Ugh, I hoped it wasn't one of our guests. I peered cautiously around the bag. It was Kat. She was rubbing her nose from where I bonked her with the bag, her new wedding ring sparkling in the afternoon light. When she saw me, she broke into a bright smile. "Where are you going, Santa?" she joked. "You're back!" I dropped the bag and threw my arms around her. She'd been gone for 2 weeks, but it had felt like 2 months. Pleasant View Farm just wasn't the same without her. Behind me, Mom saw Kat and dropped her bag to join us in a group hug. "How was your honeymoon?" Mom asked when the 3 of us pulled apart. "It was amazing. We hiked." The phone down the hall at the front desk started ringing. "Hold that thought," Mom said, dashing to the desk. "What's all this?" Kat asked, gesturing at the bags. "We are donating clothes to the Helping Hand Center." Blaire," Mom called, her hand over the phone. "We'll have to wait and do our delivery later. I need to deal with this." "I can take Blaire," Kat suggested. "We have a lot of catching up to do." She raised an eyebrow at me and smiled. "I know you've got a ton to tell me." "Thanks," Mom said, turning back to the phone. We took the bags to Kat's truck and loaded them into the back. "Well, that's interesting," Kat said, nodding her head towards the herb garden, where someone was sitting in the dirt amongst the plants. "Hi, Marco," I called. Marco waved back. "He knows there are lawn chairs, right?" Kat asked. I giggled. "He likes to find unique spots to sit and think. He says different perspectives are good for creativity." "Man, I miss this place," Kat murmured. Kat hadn't even pulled out of the driveway when I burst out with the big news. We saw the review in Empire State Weddings. "No way," Kat said. "Is it? It's amazing." "Oh my gosh," Kat said, suddenly nervous. "We haven't even seen pictures from our wedding photographer. Does everything look okay?" "Okay? It looks incredible. When we get back, Marco will show you the magazine and you can see for yourself." "Marco?" As in the guy in the herb garden. As in Marco Gonzalez from Room Revolutions. "That design show you and your mom watch? Cool," Kat said with a smile. And he's staying at the B&B? Yep, I said. He came to Pleasant View Farm because of your wedding review. Kat shook her head. He came to Pleasant View Farm because it's a special place. I nodded. Marco said it was magical. Marco's right about that, Kat said, pulling into the driveway for Bluefield Helping Hands. It was a small brick building with a parking lot full of cars. There's the donation bin over there, I said, pointing to a giant metal yellow box in the corner of the parking lot. But when we pulled closer to it, I saw a sign taped near the top. Our bin door is broken. Please bring donations inside. We parked and took a load inside. Even though I'd driven by Helping Hands, I'd never gone inside. One wall was covered in a cool mural of a rainbow with a group of people underneath. They were all sizes and colors. Over by another wall, a woman was hanging something on a bulletin board. Clothing donations? She asked when she saw us with our plastic bags. Yep, Kat said. Blaire here collected items from her whole family. We've got more to bring in. The woman smiled at me. Thank you. This is perfect timing because we have some volunteers coming today to sort through clothes. I'm Eileen. Let me help you with the other bags. Eileen got a cart and helped load the rest of the bags. Then she brought us down a hallway to a room filled with empty plastic bins, all labeled, with signs like girls sizes 7 and 9 and boys infant sizes. There were other bags and boxes of donated clothing, and we put ours in a pile with them. This is a busy time for us, Eileen explained. Folks are coming in to get new clothes for school and warmer clothes for the winter. I glanced at Kat. Mom always takes Beckett and me to the mall to get whatever new clothes we need. This is what some families have to do instead, I thought. As we walked back towards the lobby, we passed an open doorway to a room that looked a lot like our restaurant storeroom. There were tall shelves filled with boxes and cans of food, and some people setting up grocery bags on a table. That's our food pantry, Eileen explained. Our Saturday distribution hours are about to start. We're always looking for donations for that too. Blaire! Blaire! I heard a small voice and turned around. It's you! You're Blaire! A young girl and a man were walking toward us. She looked familiar, but I couldn't think of her name. I'm Abby, she said. I was in Beckett's first grade class last year. I remember you from his birthday party. Oh, hi, I said to both of them, realizing the man was Abby's dad. What's up? Nothing much, Abby said, shrugging. She was holding a pencil and a pad of paper with some doodles on it. Getting some help with our groceries because we're having a hard time right now. Abby, her dad said, and cleared his throat. You don't need to tell people that. Why not? She asked. You said it was no big deal and I shouldn't be embarrassed. That's absolutely right, Eileen said, reaching out to muss Abby's hair. We're happy we can be here when families need us. There's a lot of good stuff in there today, Abby. We just got a donation of apples and lettuce greens from a local farm. Kat perked up at that. You know, she said to Eileen, we're from Pleasant View Farm. I'll talk to Blaire's folks about arranging produce donations. Oh, wow, Eileen said, turning to me. I read the food blog that you and your mom wrote. Her restaurant is one of my favorite places in Bluefield. It's a real gem in our community. Thanks, I said. I'll tell my mom. And I'll let you know about the donation, Kat added. Wonderful, Eileen said, handing Kat a pamphlet with the center's number on it. We can never have enough fresh food to offer our families. It all goes so quickly. We've learned to get in line early, Abby's dad said. That's why I bring my drawing stuff, because it's boring to wait, Abby added. But it's okay if we don't get the green things. I hate those. Abby, her dad said, shaking his head. Then he turned to me. We can't get her to eat any vegetables. We've tried cooking them lots of different ways, but she always turns her nose up. Only when I was little, Abby added. I threw some spinach across the room because it tasted so gross. There's still a stain on the wall. I knew everyone had vegetables they didn't like, but I couldn't imagine not eating or cooking any at all. Suddenly, ideas sparked. Hey, Abby, I said, have you ever tried cooking vegetables yourself? Ew, no, she replied, scrunching up her nose. Plus, I'm only 7. I don't cook. But anyone can cook, especially if you have a grown-up's help. I cook all the time. Do you remember the lunch from Beckett's birthday party? I made that with my mom. Abby's eyes grew wide. Those were the best chicken tenders ever. And Beckett had a very delicious cake too. What if I gave you some of my favorite vegetable recipes? I asked. Would you try one? Abby gave me a sideways look, then smiled. If I do, will you make lunch for my birthday in October, including a cake? Her dad started to say something, but I held out my hand to Abby for a high five. Deal, I said as Abby slapped my palm. But back to those veggies. I'll make up some recipe cards and you can pick one. That's a great idea, Eileen said, her eyes bright with excitement. Would you be able to make extra? I'd love to have some available here at the center for other kids and their parents to take. Of course, I said. I'll make a whole bunch. Dad! Abby burst out suddenly, tugging her dad down the hall. The pantry's open! Bye, Abby, I called. Bye, Blaire! Can't wait for my birthday lunch! Abby suddenly rushed back to me and handed me a piece of paper. Here, I drew this puppy wearing a fairy costume. You can have it. Thanks, I said, taking the drawing. I couldn't help but smile. Goats in PJs, puppies in fairy costumes. Abby and I had a lot in common. I should go help with the distribution, Eileen said, waving to me and Kat as she started to follow them. We'll talk soon, I'm sure. As Kat and I walked out of the building, past other families who were arriving for the food distribution hours, Kat put her arm around me. I'm glad that donation bin was broken, she said. Why? I asked. Well, it's one thing to push a bag of clothes through a little door. It's much cooler to meet the people who helping hands actually helps. I carefully folded the drawing Abby gave me and tucked it into my pocket. Kat was right. The center wasn't a place for random strangers anymore. It was there for a kid I knew, and I could do something to help her. I couldn't wait to get started on my recipe cards. Aw, Blaire is literally such a sweetheart, and I'm so glad that she is now going to do some recipe cards that Abby will actually maybe try to eat some vegetables now, so that will be really exciting. So that is the end of Chapter 4. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell for post notifications. Thanks for watching. See you soon!